Here is who's winning every NFL game of week 3. I'm picking every single game all year long and challenging all of you to beat me. Watch till the end. I will tell you how you can submit your picks for a chance to win a jersey of choice. And thousands. We can definitely do better than last week, starting with Thursday Night Football. The New York Jets are hosting the New England Patriots. I think the Jets continue to improve in this game. We've seen it throughout the 8 quarters of Jets football so far. That 49ers game was absolutely ugly. The first half of that Titans game was a little less ugly, but still ugly. And then in the second half of that Titans game, they really came alive and clutched up to win that game. And I know the Patriots have owned the Jets famously over the last couple of years, but I just think that this Jets team is too good, and their secondary is going to shut things down outside. Jacoby Brissett's going to have nowhere to go. I hope the Jets can get Hassan Reddick back out there in time for this game. It doesn't seem very likely. They lost Jermaine Johnson, so I am very worried about the pass rush not getting home. But like I said, I trust the secondary. Also, on the flip side, I think the Jets defense is going to do a lot better at slowing down Ramondre Stevenson than the Patriots' first 2 opponents. That's where most of their offenses come from. Give me the Jets, Jets. I'm not giving up on them yet. Next, the Browns are hosting the Giants, and the game against the Jaguars last week for the Browns went exactly as I thought it would. So I'm going to ride with Cleveland again here in kind of a no-brainer pick against the Giants. The Packers, however, surprised the crap out of me. Got the upset on the Indianapolis Colts, a team that I thought was way better than the Packers with Jordan Love out. Jordan Love's not going to play in this game against the Titans either. But man, how can anyone pick the Titans right now? It seems like they want to lose these games. That's how bad it's been. Will Levis is out there playing Mayo ball. I think he's going to Mayo ball his way into another loss here to Green Bay, who I have going 2-0 to start the stretch without Jordan Love. Give me the Cheeseheads. Da Bears, got to be better this week. I've tried to warn y'all about this rookie quarterback thing, y'all. I don't think it's improving enough to beat the Colts this week either. But I will say, Indy did not impress me last week, offensively or defensively. And they lost to Forrest Buckner. They may have lost late too. There's a chance that this Colts front 7 is softened up and the Bears can start to get some ground game going. And that'll help Caleb Williams put up some points on the board tremendously. So I'm going with the Colts. Since they're going to Minnesota to play the rather red-hot Minnesota Vikings, come out of a big win against the Giants in week 1. And then they upset the 49ers last week with Sam Darnold out there. But I think the hot streak ends here with the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are just too good a team. They're playing really good football right now. I know that they played that last game a little tighter than they should have against the Bears. I trust the Texans to fix their errors and get better as the season goes on, including in this game against this Vikings defense, which clearly surprised Brock Purdy. He was saying it after the game. But I don't think it's going to surprise CJ Stroud so much with 2 weeks of tape out on him. The New Orleans Saints are so hot, how can you bet against them? The last time a team had a point differential this good was the 2009 Super Bowl winning New Orleans Saints. And the Eagles have all kinds of problems. They blew that game against Atlanta. Jalen Hurts is struggling when he's forced to pass the ball on 3rd and longer than 7 yards. The Eagles secondary, which is supposed to be very improved, is not improved at all. So how can I go with the Eagles with this much dysfunction? You know, I'm taking my Chargers to beat the Steelers, but I do think that this is going to be a close game. And I always predict the Chargers to blow out their opponents typically with my biased ass. Last week, I had them winning 35-10. I think the week before that, I had them winning 30-10. This week, my score prediction is 20-16 Chargers. It's all about slowing down TJ Watt, both in the run defense and pass rush and pass attack, which with Joe Alt now on this team and what Joe Alt did to Max Crosby, what he's did to the Panthers defensive line, I got full faith in this Chargers O-line versus the Steelers defense. TJ Watt's going to make his plays, but we're going to be able to keep them limited enough to where it doesn't absolutely kill us. The Denver Broncos are going on the road to go 0-3 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are showing that they're one of the best teams in the NFC. I think they're as good or even better than the New Orleans Saints, who are red hot and lighting the whole league on fire right now, 2 weeks into the season. I talked about the rookie quarterback thing to death. It applies here also, but also the Broncos. They just don't have a roster on the level of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and even though Sean Payton is a great coach and has proven a lot in this league, he isn't going to be able to coach up Bo Nix to come out here and score 25, 30 points on this Bucs defense. That's what's going to be needed to win this game. Give me Tampa Bay. The Dolphins-Seahawks game is interesting. Dolphins' first game without Tua on the field, and it's a matchup I think they actually can find some success in. I think they can get the ground game going. I think these edge rushers can get home on the Seahawks offensive line. But without Tua and with what we saw from Skylar Thompson last year in the playoffs, I have to go with the Seattle Seahawks. But I will say, I think this is more of a 50-50 game than most people will think. The Baltimore Ravens are going to Dallas, and both these teams need this win desperately. But the Ravens need it a little bit more than the Cowboys. And I think the Ravens are a better team than the Cowboys, both on defense and offense. I think they got the better quarterback. I think they got the better head coach. I'm taking the Ravens to send Dallas to 1-2, and the wheels are already falling off. Speaking of the wheels falling off, the 49ers are injured as hell already. What's new? It seems like this happens every year to San Francisco. Although the Rams are just as beat up as the 49ers, maybe more beat up. I think the 49ers have a lot more depth than Los Angeles has to survive these injuries. I think they're just going to get on their horse. They're going to ride this ground game in to the end zone time and time again and get out of here with a 24-13, 24-17 style win. I am going with the injured 49ers to defeat the injured Lambs. Which brings me to Mike's Game of the Week. this is the best non-primetime game that you guys have to have on your TV screen. And it's the Detroit Lions going into Arizona to play the red-hot offense, at least for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I think the Detroit Lions are going to be able to run the ball really well in this game and get out of here with a W. But it's sure going to be freaking fun. Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison are a blast to watch play football together, and we've only really seen it once. And we can already tell this is going to be one of the best duos in the NFL for a long time to come. The problem is I don't trust that Cardinals defense to hold the Lions to 10 points the way they did the Rams. The Lions are fully healthy. They have one of the best offensive lines in the league. They are going to run the ball, and they're going to run all over Arizona's defense and keep Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison off the field. With that being said, I still think this game will be very, very close, very exciting. I think both teams will score more than 25 points, and we're going to have a shootout on our hands. It's going to be exciting. Which brings me to Mike's upset of the week. I have to pick an upset every week. There just isn't any I like this week. So, most likely upset this week is the Carolina Panthers, who are putting Andy Dalton in there and surprising this Raiders defense out of nowhere. Yeah, there's a lot of tape out there on Andy Dalton, but not on Andy Dalton with this head coach, with this team. It's undeniable that the Panthers have weapons. I just don't think Bryce Young can get them the ball. I think this Raiders defense is going to come in here cocky, thinking they're just going to smoke Andy Dalton, then he's going to start dotting them up to Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, and Xavier Legette. And yes, show a lot of respect to the Raiders for that win over Baltimore last week. 7 of the 8 quarters out of the Raiders offense have been atrocious, like worse than the NFL, as bad as the Panthers. So I don't have faith in the Raiders offense to score unconsciously against the Carolina defense, even though it's not very good. And I think the Panthers offense is going to be a lot better against the Raiders defense than it's been against any of the teams this year. Mike's upset of the week. That's really going to make Raiders fans excited. Sunday Night Football is going to be a lot of fun. The Chiefs are going into Atlanta to play the Falcons. The Chiefs and Falcons, both in my opinion, played terrible last week. Both teams can give us a lot more, and I think they both will be at their best this week because they are talented teams. I think they will respond to struggling a little bit in week 2 with a masterful Sunday Night Football game here in week 3. And if the Chiefs are on and the Chiefs aren't off and Mahomes isn't throwing 2 interceptions, the Chiefs are going to win. It's going to be the 3-0 Chargers versus the 3-0 Chiefs next week. We got 2 Monday Night Football games. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to Buffalo to play the Bills. I've been low on the Bills, but I've been even lower on the Jaguars this year. But I was right about the Jaguars, kind of wrong about the Bills. Give me Buffalo. And then the Bengals have to win this game against rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels. But if they don't, things are going to start to get very, very scary. And we may see T. Higgins get dealt before the deadline even. We may see the Bengals punt on this season 4 or 5 weeks into the season. I think you're going to feel how desperate the Bengals are, and I think that Emmanuel Forbes is going to get absolutely destroyed anytime he's on Jamar Chase. I think anyone in that Commanders secondary is getting cooked anytime they're on Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are going to be on a mission with an extra day to prepare and execute that mission. I have 2 tickets for you guys to trail. If you want more free picks, just join my community server, where I also post up the link where you can join Mike's Pickems Challenge. We'll be giving away thousands of dollars and a jersey of choice to the winners. My pick's got to be better than last week's, right? Thank you for tuning in to another NFL Mike video. Now it's time to go make more football friends or go and compete in the Mike's Pickems Challenge or against me in daily fantasy football challenges by joining my completely free NFL group chat. Or head to 5th fifthdown.shop and check out and see if we got your team's newest designs. Or now you can simply rep your favorite players without having to wear another team's gear. And then tag us in pictures of you wearing your Fifth Down merch for a shout out in the next episode of NFL Mike's Corner, and help us reach our goal of getting 1,000 NFL fans wearing Fifth Down. Or you can head to the next NFL Mike video by clicking it. It's on your screen. Go ahead.